Malaki Branham may truly be the most talented player we have on this roster, at least offensively. The more I look at the statistics, the more things that come out, and even the eye test, mainly the eye test, you can kind of see that he is absolutely phenomenal.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, guys, so this is not the first time we've talked about this. It won't be the last. It's going to be many times over the next several years, hopefully, that we get to talk about this. But Malaki Branham is an absolute steal, okay? Obviously, we all know the whole thing with the San Antonio Spurs grabbing him late in the lottery, in which no one was expecting him to be there. I was expecting him to go 14th to the Cavs. I'm pretty sure the Cavs had 14th. And a lot of people expected that, especially with him playing in Ohio and all that good stuff. But thus far, man, he's been phenomenal. He has been beautiful, if you will. And I'm starting to believe, okay, I'm a true believer that he might be so as far as what we have right now, he might be the most talented offensive player that we have on this roster. Before we talk about it, if you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description, okay? clanthemerchfan.com. All right, so let's just read here. I'll try to play a little bit of this. Oh my goodness, nope, hold on. I'll try to play a little bit of this, but you guys know copyright. There we go. Look at that. Look how smooth that is. Ah, so smooth. Okay, we're not doing too much of this. All right, they're gonna copyright claim me. All right, so 19-year-old Malaki Branham, a professional scorer, NBA University is great, by the way. 6'5", 6'10" wingspan, smooth jump off curls and the bounce, 6th in the drive volume among rooks, with the highest field goal percentage and lowest turnover percentage. Bullies on drives if he doesn't turn the corner or hits a hard and balanced snatchback pull up. Keep your eyes out. And it goes over and says, over the last 15 games, he's averaged 9 points in 20 minutes, 59% true shooting percentage, that is, in the last 15 games. Some impressive stuff from a 19-year-old. Excited to see him craft his playmaking because passing counters will open themselves up with the way he eventually score in the league. Now, we'll look at this game just like really quickly, look over his stats, and I'll just give my overall thoughts on Malaki Branham. Overall, all right, I'll just leave this on the screen, okay? We are actually, no, what we're gonna do, you guys know about that last game. We're gonna bring up his entire career thus far this season. Let me go ahead and put something out there, okay? First and foremost, I am so angry that this kid does not get enough playing time. I'm so angry about it. I know, like, the only reason I can think of on why, because he does, Josh Richardson gets more minutes than Malaki Branham night to night, is because the fact that the Spurs are looking to move Josh Richardson eventually, okay? I don't think that this is doing any great good to for Malaki Branham. I don't think that sitting on the bench and watching Josh Richardson in this context of the team right now makes any sense. And I don't think it necessarily helps him. And when he does play, he plays pretty doggone efficiently. Now, let me say this about Malaki Branham, because I said this before the season even started. I said this before we even drafted him, in which you guys know I was going through like every single draft pick. And I'm going to do that again this upcoming draft. But yeah, so I went through every single potential player that we could get. And Malaki Branham, one thing that I said is that he was so established. Like, the fact that he's so young, but he already knows his game is crazy to me. It's just so smooth, silky smooth when it comes to the mid-range. Really great around picks, and he's really good with the pick and rolls, okay? He can also pass the ball fairly well. And the only reason why I said, and I keep saying this, and the reason why I'm saying this because he's that good, is the only reason I can think of to keep Jakob around at this point is because of Malaki Branham, because Malaki is really good off of screens, and obviously Jakob is the best player on this team for that, to set him up, and it'll help his development, right? But overall, obviously, you guys know I've said over and over again, I don't really think there's really a true reason to keep Jakob. He's very talented, obviously defensively, and on top of it, and he's good on the pick and rolls, obviously. But on top of that, you're gonna have to pay him. I don't think the Spurs are willing to pay 18-19 million for him. I just personally don't think they are. You can try to extend them, but if you try to extend them, that's not gonna work. Actually, Is the extension? I don't know. I don't know about the extension. Don't quote me on that. But I know this, if you try to extend him, it wouldn't be enough. Like the percentage would be really low. So that doesn't really make a lot of sense trying to do that. But overall, look, that's just how much praise I have for Malaki Branham, that I would say, hey, the only reason to keep this one specific player is for Malaki. But I know a lot of people will say, well, what about Devin Vassell? Obviously, Devin Vassell right now is a better overall player. Okay, and Devin Vassell has been silky smooth. He's made a huge leap, but Malaki Branham's 19, and at least in my perspective, the fact that I can even look at these two and look at shooting, and I can maybe be convinced that Malaki Branham could be a better, if not right on par with Devin Vassell as far as his shooting ability. I don't know. The upside is just so freaking high. But the fact that he is so established, the fact that he is the way he is offensively just is just awesome. Another thing too, and you guys probably, well, you can tell from his shot that this is a thing. But one thing about him is he is a gym rat. Okay, so when we talk about like gym rats, and we talked about Kawhi all the time, like Kawhi is such a gym rat. He is a gym rat. Okay, Malaki Branham is in the gym 24/7. I won't go over all the stories, but we've went over the stories already about, you know, when he was in middle school and whatnot, and he couldn't jump, he was absolute trash, and he worked himself up to being the best player on his team. He worked himself up to varsity. He worked himself up to being able to dunk. And not only did he dunk for the first time in a game, but he dunked the first time in a game, and it was a big shot, and it was a poster. It was a big dunk, and it was a poster. So he got a lot of nasty in him, okay? And I just think that as far as what we could see from him in the future, we are really set for the future. Malaki Branham fits with any team, just about, just the way that he plays. Same thing with Keldon, Devin Vassell. All these guys are very good no matter who you put around them, in my opinion. So we are set for the future. But right now, God, I'm just loving me some Malaki Branham. And I'm just happy that he's finally getting put on notice from other sources. And hopefully Popovich eventually finally just says, hey, I'm going to play you more than Josh Richardson, because as it stands right now, he is not getting more playing time than Josh Richardson. And I don't like that. I don't think there's a reason for that. Hold on. Let me see. I know we looked at an article, but let me see if I can. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so there's Josh Richardson stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And you might think that, oh, it's only 4 minutes per. No. First off, 4 more games than him. I would have to go back and look at what that was about, actually. But 4 more games than him, and nearly 4 more minutes. And that's a lot, okay? Especially with a developing player like Malaki Branham, okay? Those 4 minutes, they count. And oftentimes what I've seen is it's in the fourth quarter. I don't care for it. I don't like it. I think he should get more playing time. And I think you should not worry about the rest. But that's just me. I'll give it to you guys later, man. If you want to support the channel, as always, clanthemerchfan.com, or become a patron of YouTube. Remember, only $2 per month. All right, I appreciate you. Until next time, bye.